Mic check for Nicole. Good morning, Nicole.
Check, check,
Check,
check.
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 Say it again.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live, filmed in beautiful Treasure Island, Florida. Now, let's hear it for our host, our President and CEO, Andy Albright.
Thank you, Billy. It's always fun to get introduced. Some of you guys, for the first time, will be introduced on stage to your favorite music. That's always fun, too. We got a family reunion coming up. We'll have some watermelon and some good food there. I don't know if it's like a fried chicken type of hot family reunion thing. I think it actually is, because we got Hershey's and another good caterer coming in. So, fired up conversation today: how to attend a family reunion, how to attend, what to do, how to maximize it, and some other tips along the way that I hope will help you make your dreams come true, have a happier life. Typical question that I typically ask, first of all, I want to get names. I think I got, all right, that's Marisol, and how you say Ishmael? Yes. Good to see you, man. I didn't know that's who y'all were, but I just looked at a picture of it, and I was like, yeah, that is them, but it has it on there. Tips, okay, so Ishmael, Marisol, if you had a choice, would you rather be happy or rich? Happy or rich?
Happy.
Happy. Celine, what would you pick, happy or rich?
Happy.
Happy. Ishmael, is it Ishmael or Ishmael? Ishmael. Happy or rich? Which one would you pick? Happy. Me too. I would always pick happy over rich. I think sad people, frustrated people, ungrateful people have very much difficulty getting rich. Okay? Now, I've been happy for a long time, but I've been mad. Okay? To me, happy, sad is contradiction. Mad, not necessarily. You with me? Okay, so I'm mad that I was poor, but I was happy that I was alive. I was happy I had a shot. Does that make sense? But mad that I wasn't. So not happy with where I was, but happy that I had the shot and I had a chance. Is this making sense? Okay, so if you're not happy, I want to help you get happy. Okay? Now, I'm not going to do a seminar on getting happy, but I will tell you that should be one of your goals. A lot of people don't try to get happy. You're not going to get happy. So trying to get happy is first, at least a step in being happy. So this is true. People go, no, if I'm just happy, I'm happy. Well, okay. But let's say you lost your legs or you became paralyzed. Would you have to then try to be happy, or would you just say, well, I don't know, just when it happens, I will see how I'll react? It's usually going to take an effort to become, you're going to have to try to become happy. Okay, so if I can help you become happy, but first, so how are you helping? I'm reminding you that that's a decision and you have to make that effort to be happy. So what does that got to do with being rich? Well, because now, once you're happy, you can focus on getting rich. You with me? Like it's just something you could do to figure it out. Okay, so I want to help you with that, but since we have the family reunion coming up, I want to help you with how to handle it and what to do. And this is going to tie right into the 8 steps to success. I don't think $100,000 a year is rich. I don't even think it's close. I think it's kind of a minimum. But this book, if you do what's in this book, it's going to take you to 6 figures. If you do what's in this book and what I'm telling you here, which is convention-related stuff, you'll get to 6 figures a month. I can guarantee it in writing, okay? You just got to listen when I say you're not doing this part, because you can't prove me wrong. You do what's in that book, you're going to get it there. Okay, all right, so I need some other names. Doje, you just come in the house?
Coming in hot.
What's up? He's in hot. Is it Jamal?
Yeah.
Just a good guess. And Handy and Cuz. Blake, good to see you, buddy. How you been doing? Great. That's what I like to hear. Great. Is your name James? Right here, the bandana thing. What's your name? Adam. That was close. I have a friend named Adam. Are you James? Damn it! See, right there. Right there is a James. Alan?
Yes, sir.
Shirley?
No.
What is it?
Surely not. Susie.
Susie. Shirley started with an S.
Reach for it.
Susie. Is that what she said, Susie? God. Shirley's, I mean, you got to think about it. If you're trying to remember somebody's name is Shirley, that's dang close. Hannah, right?
Yep.
Hey, Pam Parrish, what's been going on, buddy?
How you doing, Andy?
I could mess her name up too, but we've known each other a lot of years. How many years we known each other?
16.
16 years we go back. And your name's not Tyler. It's not Taylor, it's Tyler. Yeah. Relationships has a lot to do with getting you happy. Having good relationship, good people that you can trust, people that once they found out you got problems and they still like you. you know what I'm saying? They, once they figure out, something's wrong with you, bad things about you, and they still like, yeah, well, because they look at themselves and they go like, I got bad things about me too, so I'm not going to kill myself, so why do I want to kill you, right? And you might as well be my friend as her be my friend because, you're around, I'm around, here we are, it's our world, right? So why not just have a good relationship? But people that get mad and destroy relationships, it hurts you. It's like, Marisol, it's like me giving Tyler poison. No, it's like me drinking the poison and wanting to kill him by me being mad at him. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying it's just to be happy, you have to do a lot of overlooking. My wife seems to be happy. My guess would be she does a lot of overlooking. You see what I'm saying? She just overlooks that. Does that make sense? People say, I want to find somebody that's perfect. Good luck. Jesus, he's arisen, but he ain't around to do a massage or something like that. He's here, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there just ain't no perfect people, so it's going to be a problem. Your husband's named Bubba. What are you shaking your head at?
No perfect people.
Bubba is not perfect, but Bubba is one of the closer to perfect human beings on earth, right? True.
I agree with that.
Every time I've been around him, he's been perfect. Never a problem. So I don't know if he's like that at home. But anyway, how long y'all been married?
42.
42 years. I hope I make it 42. I made it 34 years. My cousin, he used to say it feels like 30 minutes underwater. That's what my cousin said. I didn't say that. Maybe it does feel like it. James, you're downline through Leventovich's and Korea and some other folks, right?
There's Leventovich and Junior Korea.
Yeah, that's what I said. All right, so first of all, if you're at the convention, I'm guessing you guys are coming to the convention since you're here. Congratulations, you've done the first part. It's be at the meetings, okay? But still, now it's how do you capitalize? How do you make the most of it, the most of being here, okay? Do you have any agents coming, Marisol? Have any of your agents coming? Two. Is it like a husband, wife, or is it two single people?
Separate, yeah.
Is it two different legs, or is it one person and then they got somebody?
Two different legs.
So two separate legs. You have two legs here. So you and your husband, which is awesome, and then y'all have two people coming, right? Okay. All right. Oh, hey, before I start this, I want to tell you something else too. Is a lot of my life, and Chris Hill, you know this to be true. Alan, you need to be convinced of this. Being done, being complete, being turned in your test is better. It's really better than trying to be perfect. Okay? So like I'm here today and I'm very, very not happy that I don't have my watch and my wedding band and my my board of directors ring. But you might go to an assumption that I forgot it. I didn't forget it. Jane decided that she was going to clean her board of directors ring, right? And so I said, well, here, why don't you take mine and get it cleaned? And I was like, might as well do my wedding band, and you might as well do my watch. So, for those of you that thought I forgot it. Those of y'all that thought I forgot it, you see, you made it. You shouldn't have done that. You should have just listened like a poker face, undecided. That's really better off. You're better off with a poker face like that, undecided. Like, okay. But now here's what I thought about is when I get here, I should get my other Rolex or one of my other Rolexes and put that on, but I haven't done that, but I am here. Does that make sense? Now, this hat right here, here's what I'm so proud of, Mac. It's done. I don't think it's perfect. I think the letters are too small. But I can't be mad about it being slightly different than what I think. I think it's awesome. We can live with this. If we hadn't done them yet, Mac, let's get the letters bigger. But if they're already printing them, let it go, because then we'll have them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Better done than better perfect. Most people are trying to wait till everything's green light, everything's okay, wait until they got a great agent to work with them. I'm like, oh my God, if I waited for a great agent, who would I work with? You can't work with yourself but so much, right? I'm the only great one I know, right? I mean, you understand what I'm saying? It's like somebody worked with me, and I ain't great and wasn't great, and I was worse back then. So it's finding somebody that will do. Does that make sense? I don't want to get into the marriage thing, but those that ain't married, maybe you need to find one that'll do. Like that, right? He'll do. She'll do. Yeah, well, don't take I'm a business coach. Not talking about that stuff. Not talking about that stuff. I just thought about that. Don't post that. So this says Vanilla Ice on it. I can't zoom it in any closer, but it says Vanilla Ice, really cool in red, and it's got the N24/7, and it's got that little emblem thing that he has everywhere. We're going to have about a dozen of these available, and once those dozen are gone, and we got a silver magic marker that will get him to sign them. So there'll be some collector item walking away. So if those, Mac, if you get the letters bigger, that's good. If you can't, I'll take it done rather than. That makes sense. My schedule, James, is never. I have a lot of people to keep me on track. Tia, Jessica, Missy, my wife, Chris Hill. A lot of people try to, but what I do is I get my schedule out there, I plan it, and then I do my best to be there. Right? Whether I'm prepared, unprepared, but I try to be there. What I don't do is sit at home. What I don't do is wait for the perfect time to go. Okay? All right, so I've got some scheduled meetings coming up I want to let you know about. After this event, I'm going to fly back to St. Pete, but the next morning I'm going to get up and go down to Fort Lauderdale. These are all going to be posted on the ARC, but I'm going to go down to Fort Lauderdale from 11 o'clock till 5. We'll be at the Courtyard Marriott, and what I'm looking for during the family reunion is call people that are not here, recruit new people, and then anybody that's here at the family reunion said, hey man, I'd like to go down to meet you down at Fort Lauderdale because I've got people there. Plan on it. That's next Wednesday. So today's Wednesday, so it's 7 days away. A lot of people say that's last minute notice. So last minute notice will be like right now, like an hour from now. Tonight is kind of last minute. Tomorrow to me is not last minute. I don't know. I mean, it's 7 days. Come on, man. Let's go if you want to go. After there, we're flying. Now that night we're going to stay in Fort Lauderdale. So if y'all want to hang out in Fort Lauderdale, we will be hanging out. That'll be fun. Then from there, we're going to Orlando, and we're going to G5 Ranch. We're going to do it at Gode's Barn, or Gode's Church, or Gode's Convention Center, whatever you want to call it. That is in Davenport, which I understand is real close to Orlando. We're going to be there from 11 o'clock to 5, and Gode will be there. Also, I scheduled Gina, and Ivy to be in these places. Are y'all good with these dates? I think I checked with you before. I didn't just throw them out there at you. So we're calling this the $250,000 giveaway. And here's the thing. Here's what we're told. Okay, pay attention, Medicare people. I heard there was a lot of leads and free leads. It is. Let me tell you how the first distribution is going to be. It's a $250,000 giveaway of leads. All you got to do is come to one of these events, and we're going to give you $500 if you fly in, $300 if you drive in, if you're within 100 miles. This is a $250,000 giveaway. That's a ton of free leads because you're in Medicare. Now, you do not have to have your Medicare AHIP certification or nothing. If you're interested in it, come to this meeting. You're still going to get the lead credit. You're going to get the $300. You can use it for final expense. You can use it for Medicare leads. You can use it for annuity leads. We don't care. But it is because of Medicare that we're getting this money. So you understand what I'm saying? This is a lot of money. Chris Hill.
All you gotta do is show up?
All you got to do is you got to be there on time.
Okay.
You got to be there the whole time, and you got to keep up. It's get up. Let's just say wake up, show up, and keep up. So you can't go there and be like, hey, dude. You know, you got to be taking notes on point, okay? Be there early, stay the whole time. You sign in when you get there before 9 a.m., sign in. They're going to have sign-ins, and then they got to sign in when they leave. So what if I leave early? Yeah, okay, you ain't getting no money. We're going to have somebody else is going to get the money. Okay. So, Gina and Ivy, what say you? Y'all got these things lined up? Give them the details, what you know about it, and Gina Hawks.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me on, Andy. I am super fired up. I've been traveling around the country doing smaller Medicare meetings, and they have been going great. And I know a lot of people out there really want more education just so that they can feel more familiar with Medicare. And as we head into AEP, it's going to be phenomenal training. Just everybody that you've put together, Andy, for this training, it's going to be incredible, and no one is going to want to miss this. So yes, you're going to get free lead money for coming, but I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it, because you will learn in that one day, 9 to 5, you will learn what you need to learn to be able to go out there and help your clients this Medicare season. And the opportunity is huge. We have tons of leads. We have tons of people that need help with this. Do you have a question? Okay. I thought you were waving.
If you don't know what AEP is, can you come anyway?
Absolutely.
Because I'm looking at some of these people, they do not know what AEP is. They don't even know what AEP. I'm looking at some of them don't even know what it means. Tell them what it means. Go ahead and tell them what it means, Jenna.
It means annual enrollment period, and it's October 15th through December 7th of every year, and it's when every eligible Medicare person can make changes to their coverage, add coverage, drop coverage, switch coverage. They can just do whatever it is that they need to do. And new plans come out, so it's important that we get with our clients to make sure we're getting them in the best plan in their area. Huge opportunity.
Okay, hey, I just had a suggestion. This person suggested that it be live streamed. Both of these meetings live streamed, since it's going to be so in-depth and so intense. They said it's okay if we don't get the lead cash, because we understand we're not there and we didn't have the inconvenience of getting out of our couch, bed, or house. They said that's okay, but they would like to be live streamed. So I think that's a good idea for people that can't make it. What do you think, Gina?
Yeah, I agree. I think that's awesome.
Will you encourage that?
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
you should. I think we should. So Tia, marketing, video, let's see if we can make that happen, and let's live stream it. By the way, I will remind my media team, done is better than perfect. Okay? Because sometimes they go like, oh my God, it's going to be, okay, just hold up. hit live. Let me show you how to do it. You want me to show you how to do it live? You hit Instagram, you swipe that way, you float over to hit live, and you go, psh, and there it goes right there. And it's high quality if you got a decent phone. That's how complicated it is. What we could do is encourage some of the agents to stream it live too, but we're going to get the education out there. What say ye, Ivy? What's going on with Medicare? What's happening with everybody across the country, and are you prepared for this meeting and training?
Hi, yes, thank you for having me on today. I am super excited about this training. I've just been, agents have been getting into the Medicare market slowly but surely, and now they are, and AEP's around the corner, and agents are getting AHIP certified, trained, getting health licensed. I'm working with them on how to compare plans and answering questions. And it's truly, I'm seeing I'm so busy right now, which is good. That's a good thing. I love it. I love that the agents are getting to where they understand the rules and what they can do and can't do. And, one thing I love is that the agents are so rewarded by compensation, but they also are seeing that, wow, this is actually helping these clients while they're living, and they, have a lot of the agent feedback that I'm getting are saying, our clients had no idea that these, options inside of these plans were even available. So it sounds scary to get into. It sounds like AHIP, oh my gosh, it's a, time test, 50 questions. But once you go through AHIP, you're going to have, for agents that have never done it before, they're going to have a baseline understanding of, the rules, the marketing rules, solicitation rules, and how Medicare works. And then when they go in to do the carrier certification, it just, is a refresher of AHIP and best practices. And agents are they're loving it. I've just seen so much. We have 2 new agents out in Colorado that wrote, had enrollments for the first time this week. So, have just agents all over who are getting engaged, getting into this and just loving it, and just, can't wait to get to see their commission report. So I'm fired up. I think it's great. Yeah, I'm preparing for the training, and Cherish and I are working, about, some questions that I get daily, that we want to cover. So, I'm excited about it. I think agents are loving adding this to their portfolio so they can help clients with all their needs.
I understand that everybody likes talking to you, Ivy, that you're a big help with Medicare across the country.
Mm-hmm.
Would you give out your number if you let them know how to get in touch with you?
Oh, yeah. So my cell phone, you can call or text, is 205-478-9681. And, if you send me, what?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. If you send me a text, just tell me, give me your name and who your upline is, and, in the message, so I can save, you in my phone. But yeah, call or text, easy to get in touch with me. And if I'm on a call or on a training, then I usually respond back immediately and let you know what's going on and schedule a time to talk to you.
Same thing, Gina. I know you get 1,000 calls too, but what's your number if they can get in touch with you?
Yeah, my cell is 336-212-2041. 336-212-2041. Same thing, call, text. Promise I'll get back to you ASAP.
All right. Quiz. Who's the number 2 producer in Medicare in the country so far with Alliance? Number 2 in the whole country. Megan Wood is number 2 in the whole country. Can y'all believe that? That Megan Wood is number 2 in something. Number 1 in the United States of America is Eric Belair. He is the highest producer. Yeah! All right. Now, I got a question, Gina and Ivy. How are they beating James and Cherish O'Barr? Are they not producing yet, or we don't have records for that yet?
Correct. They're they're, you know, new to us, and so anything that they've done just has not, you know, it's starting to show up on our reporting. But that's why Eric's just been doing it. You know, one of the first agents I talked to.
Do you think they've sold more than Eric Belair and it's just not showing up yet?
I don't think so. I think because Eric's been doing it all year long. So whereas James and Cherish just a couple of months ago got moved over to us, and it's a process of getting contracted, getting their agents moved over, and all of that. So
they're producing.
Okay, so Eric Belair
producing a lot.
Say again?
I said they're producing a lot. I mean, they're, you know, have agents and they're, you know, seeing stuff every day. So they're going to be there.
Belair should enjoy his #1 position while he has it, because when James and Cherish gets fully contracted and their agents, they're going to have several people smoke him. Is that what you're telling me?
yes,
Possibly.
exactly.
But
Possibly.
I hate
like
to say that
Ivy.
about Eric.
Possibly.
I mean, I know.
Possibly. I want to tell you something. Do you know about this product? It's you can either pay if it's Medicare supplement or med subs, they call them. The client has to pay, but your commission. What is 100% commission grade? Is it roughly 15%, 20%?
Yeah, it's about 22%, I think.
Okay, so roughly at 100% contract is 22% of what they pay. The average premium they're going to pay is what, $400 a month or $300 a month, Gina or Ivy?
Yeah.
I mean, let's say 200, probably 200. Average premium a month is about 200.
Okay, let's go with 200 a month. If you're paying for a med sub, you're going to get $40 a month forever. Does that make sense? Now, is that like a 6-year deal and then you have to switch policies? Or is it 10 years if they keep it for 10 years?
They get the same commission for the first 6 years. So it's like a first-year commission for 6 years, not a renewal on the second year. And then after the 6 years, they get a renewal.
Is that with Med Sup and Med Advantage? Because I know Med Advantage is a 6-year deal too, ain't it?
No, Med Advantage is basically, it works a lot like life. You get your first year, then you get renewals. But the renewals are very, very high.
I was going to say, it ain't like life, the renewals I've seen.
No, the renewals
you get
are
like
much
$500. You get like $500 up front, and then half that, like with a life policy, if you get an $800 commission, next year you're not going to make $400. You're going to make like 4 or 10. But with Med Advantage, if you get paid $500, you're going to get like $250 the next year and $250 the next year. Now, does that $250 go on forever, or is that 6 years?
That goes on forever as long as they have that plan, or they enroll in another plan and you still get paid about the same.
You agree with that, Ivy?
I do, or unless they, you know, God forbid, pass away, you know. But yeah, as long as they're on the plan or they change plans, you're going to get that renewal commission. But if they change plans, you know, you get it's called a plan-to-plan change, and you get a little bit higher commission than the renewal for that year that you changed them, and then the renewals pick up again.
Eric Belair says he's #1 because it says Medicare and Bel Air.
Yeah.
So it rhymes, so therefore that's why they got to get it. So he's like that,
right.
you know. He's big on the rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Vanilla Ice gonna get along really good. Okay. All right. So this 20% thing goes on 6 years, but what if I switch them into a different company after 5 years? Then I get that new company for 6 years?
Yes.
Now, once we've sold them a Medicare, and they wanted life insurance, can we sell them life insurance after that?
You can.
Absolutely.
You have to do it.
This has to be a separate appointment.
Can I sell them, if I sell them life insurance, can I sell them Medicare after that?
Yes, has to be a separate appointment, and you can't ask them, do they need help with their Medicare? But you can tell them that you can help them with things like dental plans and hospital plans and Medicare.
Okay, that's the opposite of the questioning game. You make a statement game, right?
Yes.
Not as effective as a questioning game, but it's a lot more legal when it comes to Medicare. Is that true? I can help you with your Medicare.
Lead
And
it.
then you
You
wait
want
for
to
them
lead
to go
them. Mhm.
Huh? What?
I said you want to lead them. You want to lead them to ask you to help them.
Okay. All right. I have down that you two will be there. Kim Clark will be there with Integrity IMG, Integrity Marketing Group. I have that Amber Bowen will be there from BAM, Burlington Alliance Capital Management. She's going to be talking about annuities and investments with our registered investment advisor. She is killing it over there with Chris Norris. Now, if y'all don't want Amber, we will send Chris Norris. But I was thinking since it was Ivy and Gina, I would continue, and Kim, we would continue with the trend and go with Amber. See the trend there? And then Megan Wood. And I was like, we're going to have all them, you know? And then I was like, Eric Belair is number one. How are you not going to invite number one? So that we got a Marine in the mix. So, and then there's James and Cherish. You can't say Cherish without James. So James and Cherish. So I'm going to tell you who James and Cherish are. These guys got started with us a few years back. They had a big Medicare business that was 100% with United Healthcare. Okay? Making several $100,000, doing really good with United Healthcare, and they would do life business. They were hired by G. Chris Robinson. And when we got the Integrity platform, what do we call that? The Medicare platform, Gina? What do we call it?
The Medicare Center.
The Medicare Center. All right, can we look that up, the Medicare Center? Okay. When we got that, we told them, we said, you really should be offering all these Medicare products, not just United Healthcare. So we had to go to United Healthcare. We got Kim Clark to go talk to United Healthcare and say, everybody calm down. Don't be mad. They're gonna produce twice as much with you, but they need to move over to our platform. And their bosses at United Healthcare said, sure, why not? So they did, last year they did over 1,000 applications in a 90-day window, an AEP. So they're shooting for 3,000 sales this AEP. And they have been more than generous and willing to help the rest of us learn how it does. So they're going to be, have you talked to them, Gina? Would you see if you can get them to commit, make sure they're going to be there?
Yes, I have talked to them, and they are planning on being there.
Yes. Are they bringing in a bunch of their agents?
That I don't know, but I can find out.
They should. Of course, in Dallas, you'll have Lampy, Roberts, Fitz, Riddle, Long, Katz, Edwards, Tim Goad. So these are two great locations, Dallas, Texas, and Orlando, where there are a lot of leaders. So it's a great chance to network. These will be some pretty big events, not to mention the $250,000 lead cash giveaway that we're throwing out there. So I'm pretty fired up about that. Also, I am working diligently on scheduling some places to go. I plan on going to Atlanta, and I also plan on going to Denver, Colorado. So I got Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Atlanta, and Denver, and I'm looking at another place to go to that I can make an impact. I'm thinking about Reno. Do you live in Reno?
Yes.
Would you vote for Reno?
Yes, definitely.
So I might be going to Reno, just 3 in a row, and then from Reno, I need to go back to IMG headquarters to Integrity Marketing and meet with those guys. So that's I'm actually looking at, I can't remember, in August. Let me tell you what I'm thinking about going out there. By the way, Abian, Katz, Riddle, if y'all would let Tia know places y'all are going, we could help get the word out. I'm looking at I'm looking at Atlanta on the 16th of August, Denver on the 17th, and Reno on the 18th. Those are not nailed in, but that's what I'm looking at right now. That's my tentative setup. And then y'all's thing is the 31st and the 2nd of August 31st and September 2nd. Where else are you going, Gina? You got some other travel on the books that you can give us a heads up about?
I do. I'll be in Kernersville, North Carolina with Terry and Tia on the 2nd. That's Monday, right after family reunion for an opportunity meeting, 7 o'clock that night. Then on the 6th, I'll be in Burlington at the home office doing a Medicare training with United Healthcare. That starts at 11 o'clock on the 6th. Then on the 9th, I will be in Wilmington, North Carolina at Adam's Cat's office doing a Medicare training that afternoon or that morning. Starts at 11. And then I am going to be with Terry and Adam doing some meetings in North Carolina on the 10th and 11th of August. On the 12th, I'll be in Jacksonville doing a Medicare training. On the 16th, I'll be in Tampa. We're at the Treasure Island office doing a Medicare training. So, yeah, all of those.
Now, that last one confused me. You said Tampa, and then you said a Treasure Island office. They're about an hour apart. Are you going to be in both, or are you going to be at Treasure Island?
No, just the Treasure Island office.
So you'll be in Treasure Island. What day is that?
The 16th of August.
16th of August. That's when I should be taking off for Atlanta. So here's what I'm looking to do starting now at Family Reunion is get us crisscrossing. Davies is going to Atlanta. I think he's going to follow up behind. Well, it depends on when I'm going to be there. I'm not sure if he's going to go in early or after me. But Davies, I'm going to go in hammer Atlanta, have Katz with me, have Mike Guerrero with me or Nick Greco with me. I'll have somebody with me, and then Davies come in behind. And then Alex Avian come in behind. So we're going to start hammering these areas where we've got good people. James, where you live at? Winston-Salem. So did you make a note where she's going to be in Kernersville?
With Terry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is it?
I didn't know what day though.
What's wrong with you?
It's the 2nd, August 2nd. Monday, August 2nd, 7 p.m.
August 2nd, James.
I got it.
I'm going to cover that right there. All right. Okay. Y'all tracking with me? This is what we're going to do. We're going to go across the country. We're going to get all the winners. We're going to pull up. Alan's question. No, I shouldn't say Alan's question. Somebody asked me the question, what if I go to both meetings? Can I collect money twice? No. What if I take somebody with me? Well, they get the money. What if I need to be there for them? You go to one of these meetings. Well, actually, some of the leaders are going to go. By the way, this is not an agency manager money either, by the way. This is to help agency managers. So if you're an agency manager going in there just to get lead credit or lead cash, and that's a no-go. This is a non-agency managers. This is to grow the world of agents across the country, not for agency managers. But we do want agency managers there because they've got people there and want them associate and shaking hands, and we'll have the managers do some training. Along those lines, Gina, if you would work on the agenda, those are big days, 9 to 5. Would you put together a fun agenda and touch base with Lampy and Roberts and the other people and Avian and see who's going to be there and get us an agenda? Now, I want a massive amount of this to be toward Medicare, but for our big builders, we definitely want to sneak in some building and recruiting, okay?
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you. Okay. Questions? Anybody got questions? Jara Gonzalez, you paying attention to all this? Hey, Jara.
Hey, good morning. Good afternoon. I'm excited.
How you doing?
I'm
Me
great.
too.
How are you?
I'm doing great. We want you traveling around some of these places too, Jara. I'm looking at your hierarchy and it's just blowing up. I'm so excited. You've been recruiting like your life depended on it. It looks like it. I want to add to it. It's the way they do me in Pilates. They start me in one thing and then want to add to it. So I'm going to add to your assignment. You need to drive depth like your life depends on it. Now, don't panic. It's width and depth. It's not like I've added 32 things. It's just width and depth, okay? Thumbs
Okay.
up.
Got it.
There you go. All right, hands-free texting. Okay, or hands-free Zooming or whatever you call it. Have you sold any Medicare Advantage or Medicare Sup?
I have not, but I'm getting the AHIP training done so that I can get that going because it's a huge opportunity. I'm excited about it. Just with all the resources that we have between Gina and Ivy and the Medicare Center, it's exciting.
I wish you would come into one of those events and let Gina know so that we could get you on the agenda. And I wish you would hire some people in both of those places, but particularly the one you're coming into, so you have more of a reason to be there. Does that make sense?
I'm gonna go to the Dallas one probably. I was just asking my assistant to check flights for me.
Fantastic. Way to go having an assistant check flights. Great job. Do you know how I get my assistant to do flights? Did I tell you that?
How?
She gives me options, prices, times I take off, times I land. So she gets together. In the beginning, it was like their best 6 options. But eventually I was like, just give me the best 3 options. And then I would just go that one, like that.
Top 3. Got
Does that
it.
make sense? I might start with 6 because they might have, and then I'd say, what do you think's the best? And they say, I think that one's the best. And then they say, I think this one's the worst. And I'll be like, no, that one's good. That's a good one. You should put that up higher. Because see, if you only get the top 3 and number 6 they thought was terrible, but number 6 is the best, you're going to be mad. Does that make sense? So you have to make it a little bit broader in the beginning to see if they know what they're doing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
This makes sense, Marisol? Staffing's a challenge because you don't know, like most people say, I just book my own flight because they don't know how to book them. Well, that's true, but you can learn them or you can strategize. And it's really just like Missy books mine. She would pick this one, but I need for her to be picking them like what I would want. Does that make sense? So in the beginning, 6 or 7 options, but eventually she started knowing that it's either one of these 2 or 3. So she narrowed it down. Now if it's a big trip like to somewhere in Europe or something, Germany, and me and Jane are traveling together, she might give me a broader range because I might pick real early in the morning, like a 5 a.m., or I might be talking to Jane and have to opt to a 1 o'clock because Jane likes that. But you see what I'm saying? In other words, if it's bigger and more important, she might give me a bigger array of options. Does that make sense, Jara?
Yes, it does.
But either way, and then some people say I could do it quicker. Well, yeah, of course you could do it quicker, but you're going to involve a minute of your time. And that minute of your time, you could be recruiting in width and depth, right?
Right.
That minute is critical to your life. Do you have any people coming to family reunion, Jara Gonzalez?
I do. We've got a lot of people on Jake and Beray's team coming. I have a couple of agents coming in from New Mexico. So yeah, we're excited.
The ones coming in New Mexico, are they direct to you? Are they in width? There's one direct and then one in depth. How does that look?
I have one direct to me and one in depth coming in from New Mexico.
The one in depth, are they under the first one that's coming, or are they under somebody else?
They're under the first one that's coming.
Okay. All right, good deal. I look forward to seeing them. All right, let's get into this. How do you do this meeting? And I'm gonna come back. I got some more recognition to talk about. All right. First of all, chapter 1 is personal use. Okay. So your first concept is how do you get here? So if you're listening to this and you hadn't figured out how to get here, I would try. Okay. That's the number 1 check. Okay. I got the COVID. I can't come. I understand. We will be broadcasting live. We do have dates for the January convention. Do you know what they are? I don't either, but I'll tell you in a minute. We do have dates for January convention. I don't get mad at people when they don't come to our convention, okay? And I've seen other people say they don't, but then they go, oh, you ain't coming in. I'm like, come on, man, who cares? You know, it's not our life, it's his life. He needs to be here, okay? Or she needs to be here, right? Not my life. Why would I get mad? Does that make sense? But what I will do is plan for the next one. Next big one's January. The next little one is Fort Lauderdale and Orlando and Dallas and Denver. But the big ones we want to get to. So personal use, you've got to get here. Okay. I've been sick. I've been lied. In other words, I'll be like, I had to make up stuff to get to my conventions. Does that make sense? Like, I do not miss conventions. I will rent a jet. Well, I own one now, but I used to would rent a jet. I would spend the night. I would risk having best friends disown me. I didn't care. I was going to get to the events. Does that make sense? So personal use, get to the events. All right. Walk, train, what is it?
Dates for January convention are on your
You give them dates? Okay, so I would say this. I would go January 20th through the 23rd. If you can't make this one, let's get this other big one. This will be our national convention where we do awards for all year long. Big time event, okay? All right, personal use. So first figure out how to get you there. Number two is work, okay? So I should say this too, personal use at the event. So you're coming, you're using it. To use it, you've got to know it, meaning when you're here, you want to take advantage of the fact that you're here. Network like crazy. Meet all the right people. Don't let the wrong people slow you down, okay? Now, many times, many of you here have tried to talk to me, and I'm busy as everything, so I can't talk. I go, look, I have another meeting. We can chat later. So you might need to do that some when you're at the event. Marisol, with my staff, I tell them, if I catch them sitting together, I get mad because their job is to network while they're here. So you have people coming in from all around the country. I don't need 10 people from Reno sitting together. If they're trying to get you sick, they're like, okay, I'll sit right here with y'all and then leave and then get tied up meeting different people because you're there with them all the time. But we like to hang together. I know. We also need a network of people so that when we hire somebody in Fort Lauderdale, we have a friend that will help us there. We need a friend in Dallas. We need an underwriter. We need the carriers. We need leads. We need Medicare. We need Gina. You understand what I'm telling you is I get it that you want to hang with your friends. That's all I want to do. But I had a decision. Did I want to be happy? Yes. Did I want to be rich? Or did I want to stay where they are? Alan, I guarantee you'll see teams, you go up to the table and everybody's from the same city. And we don't see each other in the same city. That's not my fault. You've got people from all over the country here. Let's take it as personal use. Okay, work. That's also work. Okay? What are you going to do when you're here? All right? Maximize your time, James. You're taking notes. Like what you just had, not knowing what date. I'll be like, oh, hey, stop. What date is she going to be in Turnersville? Does that make sense? Now, in college and high school, I did not do that because I didn't care. Okay? They would be talking about when Columbus sailed the blue. I didn't care. I didn't be like, did you say 1982? Did you say 1942? I didn't care. But when it comes to my life and me making money, I'm like, hey, what does AEP mean? Hey, what day are you going to be in my city? Hey, what day did you say? In other words, be aggressive, work. Does that make sense? All right. Number three is listen. All right. It's going to be very distracting at the convention because people are going to want to take you out back and talk to you. They're going to want you to pull you over in a corner. They want to ask questions. The speakers you need to pay attention to, but I've scheduled massive break times Like the lunches are like an hour and a half or 2 hours. And we don't start until like 9. So you could get here at 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30. You with me? Does that make sense? Like, so, but during the meeting time, be at the meeting time. Does that make sense? That's called listen. So you gotta, and listen to what they say and they don't say, James. It's very critical. I can't get into that too much, but you got to pay attention to people and hear what, because see, people try to spin something, and you need to listen to go like, I think I know what he's trying to say. You got to listen close to figure it out. Does this make sense? Okay. Number 4 is read. Okay. Take notes because you're going to read them later. When you're taking notes, by hand preferably, now I know Patrick Connors, he's an unbelievable note taker. You sat behind him, that's all you hear. Okay, right there. Okay? That's fine, because he's a geek. Okay? He's a Cornell University, friggin' rocket propulsion scientist, science, something, I don't know. But for most of us, we need to write it down by hand and read it. Does that make sense? You're reading while you're writing. Like it really is transformational. I'm not kidding. It's worthwhile to take notes. I like to take notes on these type things, like we call it like a journal. Yeah, I like to use a journal and date it. That way I can go back and look through it when I'm on a jet or when I'm sitting around at night and I'm going like, well, what are they talking about? And just kind of review. Or when I'm getting ready to do a talk, I'll flip back through some of the notes I took from Tim Goad or some of the notes I took with Caracas Watkins or some of the notes I took when Gina was talking. And I'll be, oh, yeah. Okay? All right. That's 4 of them. So let's take another break. Let's go back over here to the Alaskan cruise. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new people have won. My buddy, Elena Imadobi, I don't know if y'all met her yet, but Elena Imadobi is now in Alaska. We're into July, and she has already won. Vernon Schmid, who is on Brant Swindell's team, has now won a trip to Alaska. Nick Greco, who just got started with the Alliance just a few months ago, has now won a trip to Alaska with his family. And Joe Dukes has now won a trip to Alaska for him, and I'm guessing Venus is who he'll take with him. Now, winning the extension, Marcus and Carla Richardson have just went over the extension. Mark Hutchinson has now won the extension. Way to go, Mark. And Jeremy and Amy Patton have now won the extension to Alaska. Okay, all right. So that makes 34 people that are already qualified and going. I'm excited about that. Brandon Beal is like that close. Jan Miller, Janina Wilson, and Princess Kyle. Ed Peterson, Chris Courtney Long, Jara Gonzalez. Jara, you're so close. You're so close, Jara. 118,000. Hey, I want to tell y'all, big submit by Jeff and Kelly Haney, 18,000 this week. Megan Wood, number 2 again. See, she's always 2, 3, 4, just consistently. Megan Wood, 13,000. New lady, Nancy Sawyer on Paul Roberts' team came in 3rd with 13,000. Issued premium. I wish y'all could see this name. Narasimha Pokapaleni. Hey, come here, Chris.
Narasimha Pokapaleni.
Come here, tell us his name. This is very important. Y'all should hear this guy's name. He's been practicing. I'm gonna try it.
Narasimha Pokapaleni.
Narasimha Pokapaleni. Is that it?
Yeah.
Narasimha Pokapaleni came in number 1. He issued this big IUL policy, $33,895 premium. So yeah, but it's just one IUL. He writes them all the time. I mean, he's getting these big ones in there. He was very upset. Y'all remember a couple weeks ago because of the overfunding. Well,
Did he go to Washington?
huh?
Did he go to Washington?
Did y'all go like that to Washington, D.C.?
We talked about it last night.
So they talked about it for 30 minutes last night. But he has decided to take advantage of how the clients love it even more. And so I think he's going to sell even more, even though he does think it's a disgrace. But I think he has decided, I mean, disgrace to him because it hurts his target. But he still figured out a way to get $33,000 target. Pretty good figure right there. In 1 week, issued 30. Did you hear that, James? 33. You could do that too. Jason Molina, 19,000. A big one issued. Annie Cathy got a big annuity issued, 180,000. Tanisha Staten got 2. That's Terry Edwards' team. Do you know how to say the girl under Narashima Pokapalani? Do you know how to do Kat? Kate? I do not. We ain't got Kate. Katina's under him. She got $11,000 target issued. Not bad. I can't say her name. K.A. We'll call her. Nick Greco. Nick got 5 life apps approved and issued for $11,000 in 1 week. Nick, think about this, bro. Nick did just one. So think about this, Nick. If we can get the other people in your company, as many people as y'all bringing on, y'all got them in that pink and red, we get them turned in that green, and then we get them to turn blue, writing $10,000 a week, you're going to be a multi-gazillionaire. Michelle Colin got 10 grand issued. Jeff Schultz, and Colin is on Hartley's team. Jeff Schultz got 10 grand issued. That's on Manley's team, Brandon Manley's team. Mark Hutchinson got 9 grand issued. That's 10 apps. Dan Gillingham got 9 grand issued. Way to go, Dan. Megan Wood. Megan way down on the list, issue paid with 8,281. Jeremy and Amy Patton, 20 apps, by the way. 20 apps issued in a week. She got her mind on her money and her money on her mind. Man, she's just printing. Jeremy Patton, 7,000. Gosh. That 8 people issued over 10 grand this week. Not bad at all. In the top 12, you had to write 8 grand, issue probably 8 grand to be in the top 12. Big annuities, Jeremy Patton, Nick Farley, $262,000 deal with Nick Farley. Way to go, Nick. Stephen Davies, big one got issued. Way to go, Stephen Davies. Personal production. Tad Peterson got a big one issued, and Cuz come in with a $58,000 annuity issued. Top 3 Foresters, Nick Greco, Debbie Ben, and Adelia Reyes. That's Lee's mom, Mama Ray they call her. CVS, highest commissioned final expense product and highest renewal. Brian Rojas said, I'm going to get me some of that. He issued 1. Mark Hutchinson issued 1. And Janina Wilson issued 1. So they're all getting on that CVS bandwagon. Top recruiters, there he is. Tyler Woodall, #1 recruiter in the country. #1 in the house. So Tyler is part of my ABTF. He put in 5. Riddle put in 4. Jason Mathis put in 3. Brandon Beal, way to go, Bill, put in another 3. Janina Wilson and Princess Kyle put in 2. Joe Dukes 2. Davies put in 2 more. Kevin Jarrett, who is under Phil Abear, he put in 2. I love these new names coming along. So, and Alex Avian put in 2. Woohoo! Woo! All right. And Brantley, I didn't mean to leave out Brantley. All right. Okay, so we got that going. Hey, do we put a date on that F&G meeting, the study group?
I don't think we've said. Nirasima wants you to look at the leaderboard.
Nirasima.
He wants you to look at that leaderboard.
Let me take a look here, Nirasima.
We've been talking about it a lot.
Nirasima is #1 at 53,500 issued with 6 out. He is #1 in the country. So I do have a date set for that. So let's make sure we should start letting people know that. Win that contest. I've got it down September 22, 23, and 24. And that works for me if it works for everybody else. We're going to do it at the Fusion Resort in Florida. Everyone will be invited to this training. This will be on Treasure Island. It'll focus on IUL trainings, but I don't know what we're paying for, but these people that win the F&G contest, we're going to pay for their hotel room and food, and we'll do something special for them. But everybody is going to be invited down. Last one we had at the Don Cesar, that thing was off the charts, man. It was a lot of fun. So Marvin Otsoy, is he your upline? He's #2 in the country with 23 issued. Shavonda Griffin, who is Lou Abadi's team. Oh my gosh, Shavonda is killed. Listen to this, 25 of them for $13,000 premium. So she must be writing a ton of children's IUL. I don't know if y'all know, but this is a great policy to put on kids. You are number 4 in the country.
Yes.
Number 4, Marisol and Ishmael.
Ishmael.
Ishmael?
Yeah, Izzy.
What is it?
Izzy.
Izzy?
Yeah.
All right, I can go with Izzy.
Easy.
Izzy. And Joe Dukes is number 5. Doug Becker is number 6. And Joseph 2 is number 7. So those are the veterans. Wait, that's not the veterans because Narashima Pokapalami is actually a rookie. I got you. I see how this works. So the rookies are pushing the veterans out. So there's only 2 veterans, Otsoy and, 3 veterans. Otsoy, Dukes, and Becker are veterans. The rest of them are rookies. So this is crazy. Henry Gonzalez out of Texas, and who is Matt and Maddie and Miguel Gonzalez. So they're number 2 on the rookies, and so they're all invited. So we're paying for hotel. Y'all gonna get a free Florida vacation. Y'all like our island? Have you been to my island, Treasure Island? You're gonna like it. All right. Does this help? So we got another date mentioned. Treasure Island, Florida. So if you know people in Treasure Island, Tampa, Orlando, Sarasota, Clearwater, we're all in there. Treasure Island's right there. It's a fun place to hang out. Okay. How we doing on time? Running tight. All right, here we go. All right, so read, you're taking notes and you're really reading your own notes. Now, at night, you should still read 15 minutes before you go to bed. Does that make sense? You should figure out how to get in 15 minutes reading. That's right out of the 8 Steps book. 15 minutes every day. Okay? Somehow figure it out to get in 15 minutes reading, but you're doing a lot of reading your other notes. Okay, let's go to number 5. Attend all meetings. Here's what I want you to get out of this at the convention. Be in the convention center. Okay? People that want to sit out in the halls, don't be mean to them. Don't go tell them what to do. You take care of you. Me and my wife had this little video of this little girl, and she says, you take care of yourself. So what I'm telling you is you take care of yourself. You paid to be here. Other people paid to be here. Don't you cause somebody else not to be in there. Okay? You took inconvenience away. That's the thing. You're inconvenienced. You're away from your mom and daddy. You're away from your house. You're away from your dog. You're away from your job. You're away from your normal routine. You had to pay for an airline flight. You had to drive out here. Take full advantage and be in the meetings and be present. Okay? Learn something from it. Attend all meetings. Okay. Now, when I say attend all meetings, so does that mean you got to go to the F&G? No. That is not a national convention that says everybody be there. But if you're in Tampa or St. Pete or Sarasota and you're close by, you'd be crazy not to go to the meeting. You with me? It'd just be crazy not to. Like if I come to Reno, if I were you, I'd want all your agents within 2 hours to be there. Chris Hill comes rolling in there. Jason Carey comes rolling there. Tawny Carey comes rolling in there. You want them all to be there. We don't like them to say, I'm sorry, I was out selling. Right? They can. We're not a boss of them, but come on, man. Attend all meetings. Be there. Okay, be teachable. The best thing you can do is when you're listening to these speakers, you should be thinking, I do that, check. I can do it better, check. Does that make sense? Or I'm terrible, I need to pay attention how they do it. So try to change when you're at these meetings. Try to be a different person when you come out of these meetings. Be teachable. Okay. All right. One of the things I'm doing too is I'm taking notes. If y'all ever look over my shoulder, I'll have a yellow highlighter and I'll even highlight while I'm writing notes down, which was a good point. I mean, oh, that was good right there. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to be better at that. All right. Number 7, be accountable. All right. First of all, getting here, you're accountable to be here. Congratulations. I like the way Jara said it. I've got this leg coming. I've got this leg coming. I've got this leg coming. Just, if y'all can cut through the minutia, you with me? Like, just be simple and accountable. I can't come. If you're here, be early. Think about it. If you are here, you went through all that trouble, and then you get up late to go to a meeting, and almost like, come on, man, be accountable to yourself. You invested the money. If I invested money, I was going to be there early. I was talking to a guy the other day. He said, you know where Hampton is? Is it Northampton, Southampton? Hampton Beach? What's down in Eastern Virginia? Y'all know that? What's that called?
That's Hampton County.
It's Hampton County, but there's an arena down there. And I said, I know where that is. Here's why I know where it is. Here's how come I know. I attended an Amway meeting there, and we always wanted to be on the front row. We were accountable. We already spent all the money we had because those things were expensive, and we had no money because you couldn't just go write insurance and make money. We had no money. We didn't know how to print money. I had a normal job. I was working as an engineer. But we would go early, and we would go like out there at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., Norfolk, Virginia. That's what I'm talking about, Hampton County, which is Norfolk, Virginia. So we're in Norfolk, Virginia. Get out there at 3 a.m. It's about 12 degrees, freezing. Want to start a fire, and so we could rush down into the Coliseum and get front row because I invested that money. It's very inconvenient. When they opened the doors, Jara, we charged, and it was too many of us charging to get through the doors. We ripped the doors off the convention, and big heavy metal, just ripped them off. I remember walking by laughing. I was like, somebody getting ready to make money somewhere. And a couple people wasn't because they were laying down. They broke their ribs. And I was like, oh, well, you're going to be in the back row. You know? That's how crazy we were. That's how crazy we were, James. I just didn't want to get, I was happy. I just didn't like being broke. I hated being broke. I want to get rich. So you talk about, this is where I got those 8 steps from too, is Amway. And I never made a lot of money there, although I did make enough money to pay off all my bills, get totally debt-free, and my wife quit her job, and I quit my job. And by doing these 8 steps. But I didn't just do them, bro. Handy, I was lost my mind focused doing these 8 steps. If you asked me how much volume I did, I could tell you. I was an engineer. I just tell you, no beating around the bush. This is how many legs I got. Matter of fact, I got all my stuff drawn out. It's in a little thing right there. I can show you. It was just real simple. This is what I had. This is what my team looked like. This is how deep I was. I knew who I was. I was just accountable. Okay. The last one I learned in Amway. Have a positive mental attitude. So 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 12 degrees, we were fired up. We were not negative. We were appreciative of a shot. We were very grateful. We were very thankful. And believe me, the company we work with, Amway, was not perfect. A lot of problems. Our manager, not perfect. A lot of problems. But we were always positive and upbeat the whole time. So if you could take a page out of that at our conventions, by the way, if I was ever at an Amway meeting and I met somebody that was negative, I would just laugh at them. And I had some friends that had been in it for a long time and they got cynical because they've been in it. Some of my buddies remember, if I said their names, they'd know who they were. They got cynical, James, because they've been there a long time. I decided that I was not going to become a cynic. I was not going to become a critical observer. I was going to continue to be silly and childish and childlike and optimistic. I made a decision a long time ago. This makes sense? So, Marisol, I didn't get cynical because when you get in this, you're so excited, and then sometimes people has a chargeback or somebody quits on them or they get a policy declined and they start getting cynical. and they don't remember when they first started getting paid commissions, and they were excited out of their mind. Does that make sense? That lack of enthusiasm will kill your business. I decided in Amway that I would continue to be positive because I met other people that had been in Amway for years, and they would just say stuff, and I would just look at them like, why are you trying to bring me down? So if you're at our event, I don't think there are any, but if there is somebody at our event that's cynical act like they don't really care, it's not a big deal to be on time, it's not a big deal to be on the front, because they've gotten complacent, Jamal, just make sure that you don't let that happen to you. Does that make sense? Like, and for me, it was my upline. Like the people that hired me, they got cynical. And I was just like, I would be like, come on. And they're like, well, I didn't know this, and I found out this. And I'd be like, who cares? What I said was, who cares? But I would say, like, who cares? What are you talking about? We're in this. We've got a shot. And they would just, and I was just like, ugh. And I've hired them back in this business a couple times, 2 different times. They've come back over here. And I keep telling them the same thing. I go, you got to be crazy and excited and optimistic and have enthusiasm. That last one, that PMA, positive mental attitude, might be the biggest one because it'll kill you. And it's I remember I was just like, why are these, like we were in this strategy to get rich, right, Amway, and I would be talking to these older people and they were just like not excited. I was like, why are you even here? I was thinking to myself, why are you even here? Because I was like taking notes like crazy, and they were just leaning back on the chair like this right here, like they knew everything. And I was like, if you knew everything, how come you ain't got a jet? You know what I mean? Because but there were people, Jamal, that didn't have a jet, but they were up and comers. And I'd be taking notes, and then I would try to figure out who was really up and comers and who was complacent. Does that make sense? Like I would be just watching them, thinking, trying to learn something. Does it make sense? All right. Doje, come up here, man. Uh-oh, you're in big trouble now. Come into the doctor's office.
Uh-oh.
Look at you in your flip-flops. Look like me in Florida.
All right, coming in hot. Didn't have a chance to put on pants. Straight from the airport, brother.
What'd you do? This is one of the top producers in the country. I don't know. I had to pull up the year-to-date and see where he is. Do you know where you are year-to-date?
I think I'm around 71 or 72, not as high as I should be.
All right. Well, that'll work.
Because I was looking at this.
Oh, you were looking
at
at
that.
This right here?
Alaskan trip.
The Alaska trip?
Right there. Yeah.
Have you won Alaska yet?
No, but it'll be done by the end of the month.
Done by the end of the month.
It's already submitted. We were at 71 or 72.
And you hired direct by Mr. Fitzgerald?
Fitzgerald, yes, sir.
Did he hire you direct, or was some people in between that quit?
There were some in between.
Okay, so what happens, James, is they got cynical. They hired him, and they would have him downline from them, but they got cynical. Why would people do it? I don't know why. But Fitz didn't. Fitz got him. He stuck with it. Now he's got him. That makes part of his organization. Have you done anything with Medicare yet?
No, sir. But I have the AHIP ready to roll.
The AHIP certified.
I was back there buying my plane ticket to Orlando when you were talking about it.
Okay, so you're going to be in Dallas
and Orlando.
And Orlando.
Yes, sir.
And what else I was going to ask you? Are you using your Today tab that tells you Medicare people eligible?
I am.
Have you thought about that?
It's something I was talking with Chris about, and one of the reasons I'm here to talk to Clay is I have about 1,800 clients that I've got to start doing more with and stop worrying so much about leads.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, leads are very important, but current clients is very good. What's your agent number?
167560.
167560. I love this ARC thing. I'm doing groups. There he is, Marty Doge. So I love this ARC thing. but I was this morning, I got it all in transit. Look at that group you got coming on. You got a good group coming on. Is any of these folks coming in?
Yes, sir, we should have 6.
Six wide or 6 people?
It'll be her and her husband, and she's got a leg coming with her and her husband.
Nice.
He should be here, and my brother's gonna be here.
So 4 different legs.
Yes, sir.
Did your brother hire you, or you hired your brother?
I hired my brother.
You hired your brother.
He was here back in '06, but he left and found out I was doing it again, so we got to talking. You met him in Paris.
Okay. Can y'all hear him okay, Gina?
Sorry.
Okay. All right. Look at this group. You got it going on right there. Good stuff, man. What are you most excited coming in to this family reunion?
Especially just getting around. I mean, that's one of the things that after last year, I mean, we were all kind of kept up, and so I'm accustomed to getting around people a lot, and so went to the spring summit and kind of got that vibe again, and was just getting excited. So when we started announcing and talking about family reunion, I just started talking about it to everybody. I'm like, you got to go, because I mean, we've been here 11 years and I haven't missed one, and so it's worth it. And the connections that you'll make. I mean, I have specific people that I'm going to talk to in specific areas for specific reasons, so I'm excited.
Like what I was talking about. You're going to go talk to this person, this person, this person. You've got an agenda while you're here. You're going to get your money worth.
Yes, sir. On the plane, writing it out.
Okay. So on the plane, writing it out. This makes sense. This is the way you got to do your business. All right, man. I want to see you. I want everybody to see you. Marty Doge, good job, bro. Proud of you. Can you pull up the $100,000 business builder giveaway, Tia? This is the number of legs here. Now, G. Chris has 12 legs signed up to be here, but I understand they didn't got hit by the COVID bug. I understand that's going around, and I don't know. I'm not sure if Chris will be here, and I'm not sure if he's got a shot at being here. But I understand some of his people got hit by the COVID. So I'm telling you, he might not get the $10,000 if they don't show up. So signing them up is not the deal, right? You got to get them here. So right now, G. Chris Robinson is leading the country with 12 legs, planning on being here. So he could lose 2 of them and still be tied for number 1. If Megan Wood loses 1 of hers, he would get to be number 1. See how that works? See, Megan Wood is number 2 with 10 legs. Now, here's what's crazy. When people say, I'm focused on recruiting, Megan Wood's focused on recruiting. Okay, Megan Wood's focused on recruiting? Well, how has she got 10 legs coming to convention if she's focused on selling? That's what they say. Does that make sense? I say Megan Wood is focused on her business and her mom and her daddy and her children. I think she's not focused on anything outside of the business, which is putting in with getting them to the conventions and selling insurance. That's what makes you so proud of Megan. I mean, she's got 10 legs coming. I was looking at the organization, got people selling too. All right. Matter of fact, Chris Manifold is one of the tops in the country. Okay. I know how to say his name. Tayson Trent has 9 people coming. He's direct to Jake and Belle Krause. Now, Jake and Belle Krause are not, they're not on here because they're agency managers. Okay? Remember, Jake and Belle are focused on selling. Then how come their guy is coming to this event? Because they're focused on building. Okay, you with me? Like the trend is focus, right? Now, if I go over here, they're actually number 9 in the country of all agency managers on legs they're bringing in. This is the agency manager leaderboard. They don't have they're not a $100,000 giveaway for them. Only non-agency managers can win part of that $100,000 giveaway. Jake and Varay Joseph, y'all hear them all the time in the sales. They also have 8 legs coming. Mike and Carrie Williams, 8 legs coming. John Thorman, 8 legs coming. As a matter of fact, you can look over there. Megan Wood has issued $240,000 personal production. I don't understand that one because it's a lot more than that. I don't know what that number is based on.
From May to July.
Oh, that's just May to July. Thank you, Marty. May to July. She's issued $240,000, $7,000 May, June, and July. And then Jake and Bray, 75,000. Mike and Carrie, you see how this works. All right. James and Cherish O'Bar, brand new to the company, got 7 legs coming in. Mark Muller, he's fired up out of his mind, part of Cat's team. He's got 7 legs coming in. But he would tell you, as of today, he's got 8. He's squirming, trying to get one more here. Buck Rollins, Marty, here you are, number 10 in the country with 6 legs, scheduled to be here. So you named 4. So those other 2, they got if they don't show up, it's 4. Got to be here, right? Rogers and Kim Straughter, Diana Castile, Mike Guerrera, brand new to the company. I think he's been with us about 90 days, between 90 days and 6 months. He's already number 13 in the country with 6 legs coming. He's recruiting like crazy. Chantel Wright, another one of Cat's team. Memorides, part of Paul Roberts' team. Paul Jara. Stephanie Rodriguez has a smoking organization. Jan Miller, Danny Johnson, Mia Fennell, Tim and Nikki Long. David Bragg has 5. Dalen Simmons, Hal and Ellen Rosen. Woohoo! And Alan Hooley. There you are, Alan Hooley. You're going to pick up $1,000, brother, right here in the house. All right. I will tell you this. As far as agency managers, Adam Katz has the most legs coming in with 21. Paul Roberts has the most tickets sold with 66. And Adam Beth is number 2 with 60. And Mike and Noel have 21 legs coming, tied with Adam Katz. Stephen Davies, 18 legs. Olga Mathis, 18. Diane Lambie, 18. Paul Roberts, 17. So Paul's number 7 in width, number 1 in number of heinies in the seat. Terry and Tia Edwards, Avian, Alex Avian, Belle Krause, Andy Riddle. All right, we've got a lot going on there. All right. Is this helping?
Yes.
Come over here, number 1 in recruiting. Tyler, introduce yourself. Tell these people who you are and where you're from and how you got here and what you're doing.
Hey, I'm Tyler. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. Went to Appalachian State. Robbie set me up here, kind of reached out. Married his sister, so probably
You married Robbie Kraft's sister.
I did.
There you go.
I like to think I got here by, my merit, but maybe not.
Merit or marriage, right?
Yeah. Either way, I'll take it.
He likes you. He thinks a lot of you. He kept telling me about you, and he was like, we should hire this guy. He's great. He can talk junk, and he'll be a lot of fun, and he'll get results. So you put in 5 in width.
Mm-hmm.
What did you major in at Appalachian?
Communications.
All right. When did you graduate there?
I didn't graduate.
You didn't graduate there. How long did you go there?
5 years.
5 years. Too much partying or too much football or?
Definitely too much partying.
That's too much partying. I like you. They went hand in hand. He's gonna be a great recruiter. Didn't graduate. Partied too much. Definitely gonna be a great recruiter. So tell me, what are you saying? First of all, is Chris getting you people to talk to? Do you know where these people are coming from? Is it warm market, cold market, ZipRecruiter?
So I got just a few in my warm market that I've got in the class, but most of it's coming from ZipRecruiter. I sent over a list of about 25,000 names, and I shoot them a text, and the ones that are interested typically will say yes, and I'm like, set up a time with them, and or I'll just sit down and start calling through them, and then I kind of start off and I let them know, something about them caught our eye, and it's my job to follow up, tell them I'm going to talk some trash to them sometimes. And
so you say something about, you caught our eye, we're interested in talking to you, like you're interested in them for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I started out. Got that tip from Brandon over there. And then I kind of let them know I'm just here to follow up, get to know them a little bit, and I kind of ask them where they're from, about their family, and I figure out what interests them the most out of the things I ask them about, and I'll kind of key on that. Like, a lot of guys like talking about sports. If they're I had a guy from Wisconsin talk with me for 20 minutes about the Packers and about how he's super invested in this. I mean, he just thought the guy owned a piece of the team. But, things like that. A lot of the ladies love talking about their kids or their grandkids, so I focus on that, ask them how old they are, what they're getting into, and things like that. And I kind of use that to key on what their goals are, why they want to make more money, what they're disappointed in their current job, things like that. And once they kind of hint at you, it's like, oh, my kid's about to go to college. It's, oh, okay, well, here's what we do, kind of a high level. I don't really mention insurance off the bat. I just kind of give them kind of a brief overview. We sit down, we help families. It's ask them to sit down with them. And I kind of tell them agents are starting off making between $500 and $600 a pop, and then they're like, say that again? I'm like, yeah, $500 and $600 a pop, just for sitting down and helping a family. And then I kind of start keying on how they can use this to start the business they want to. A lady I talked to today for 30 minutes, hopefully going to get her in class this afternoon. She was on the way to a doctor. She wants her own catering business. And I was like, this is going to be perfect for that. You know, you can use this to build up some funds in your savings account, your checking account, get that catering business going. If you like it, you can do both. You know, this can be a stepping stone to do what you really love, or you can end up really loving this and it kind of just catches their attention. And then we go from there.
So help people find out what they want,
Mm-hmm.
find out what they hate,
Mm-hmm.
get them away from what they hate,
Right.
get them over here to what they want. What they want, we're gonna design a program based on what they want.
Right.
She wants to build a catering business, but if you got 5 in a week. By the way, these are contracted agents. These are not fast tracked. Said they want to do it. These are licensed and contracted. So people you're putting in class is not part of that 5. These are contracted people. So you have to be talking to a bunch of people every week. Do you have any idea how many people you talk to live on the phone?
Anywhere, so it depends on kind of the conversations or what list I'm pulling from, but in terms of good conversations, I'm having between 15 and 20 a day. Good, solid conversations. That's not counting, you know, hey, and someone that's like, I don't want to talk to you. You know, that's not a conversation, you know. Good conversations, I'm getting to know them. I'm letting them get to know me. That's another big part of it. I allow them to get to know me a little bit. That makes it easier for them to kind of open up and talk to you. But I'd say between 15 and 25 good conversations a day minimum.
Okay, so the hardest thing I found a lot of people doing, they're putting in the width. Well, first of all, putting in the width scares people. They're not talking to enough people. He's talking, like he's literally talking to 15 or 20 people a day. So if you're spending 30 minutes, if you're spending 30 minutes times 15, that is 225 hours. 15 times 30 minutes. If it's 15 people times 30 minutes, that's 450 hours divided by 60 hours. That's 7.5 hours of talking. Okay, per day times 5 days. He don't do that 7 days a week because if he owned his own business, he might be doing it 70 days a week. All right. So 5 days a week. That's how he's getting only 5 recruits. But 5 recruits is #1 in the country. Does that make sense? Now, somebody might say, well, if I'm talking to 15 or 20 people a day, I'd probably get 10. Okay, do it. You know, I'm not stopping you. But you've also got to get the best person out of these 5 and try to help them start a network. So that's going to be the next interesting thing is, do you find yourself thinking back over to it, you go, I wonder what happened to Shirley, or what happened to Bob, or what happened to Tim? And then you text them and say, hey, what's been going on? I hadn't heard from you.
Yeah, at first I was kind of like, what happened to these people? And then, you know, I got Pam and Brandon, and they're like, got to reach out to them. So, for instance, Charity, someone we recruited, she's really great. She's really cool. I got her on board, and I was like, sweet, I'm done. But then Brandon was like, reach out to her again. So we did. She'd been working with Marcus Richardson. We got her in touch there, and she's got her and I think 2 other friends coming to a family reunion now, which would not have happened if we didn't follow up, if we didn't reach out again. She would have just been a contract that's kind of sitting there not doing anything. So, yeah, now I'm working on following up with these people. And a lot of them have a ton of questions that they just weren't going to ask.
They ain't going to call you.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm like, what do you need?
You call them, start talking about the Packers. You call them, start talking about their kids, and they go, oh, I did have a question. How do I get contracted with Foresters? Oh, I found $100,000, and I didn't know what do I do? I mean, what do I say? You're like, oh, you found $100,000 and you didn't call me. Yeah, I didn't call you because I don't know what to do. And you go, oh, let me tell you.
Exactly, yeah. I had one guy, he was like,
my life.
Been waiting a week for leads, and I'm like, we got you, man. You know, also, you know, I texted you. You can call me, but we've got you. Don't worry about it.
They don't want to bother you because you're busy here working. It's crazy. Story of my life. Follow up with them. But what I was going to tell you is if you get to be friends with charity or friends with them, then you keep touching base with how the kids' soccer's going. You keep touching base with how their life is going. If they got that thing settled with their husband, if they got that thing settled with their child, if their child got well. So now you're following up about their life, and then they ask you about the policies. That's the way it always works. Right. And then there's always, have you talked to anybody about this business? Yeah, my cousin wants to get started, but we didn't know how to get him signed up. You're like, let's get him online, get him started. You know? Yeah. That's the way it works. Exactly. How long you been here?
A couple months. Started June 10th.
June 10th.
Quite a couple months.
So in his second month, he has now become the #1 recruiter in a week. He's beat everybody else in the country. It's just his second month with us.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. I want to tell you congratulations. Chris Shepard texted me and said, hey, Tyler upstairs, #1 in the United States of America. Did you want to know that? And I was like, yeah, I want to know that. Hey, guys, it's going to be an intense Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What time's open house get started, Chris?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. tomorrow. We got open house. Come up here, Chris. Tell us what all's going on in this open house so we can know if we need to come rolling in here early. I've seen a tennis ball tournament.
All right. So at 10 a.m. it starts. There's a laser tag tournament by HMA, and all the guns are ready, and they're keeping score this time, which is a big deal. There's a ping pong tournament with CFG. There's a badminton tournament with Will Coatney in Americo. There's training sessions going on every 30 minutes on different things like IULs, warm market recruiting.
Have you got them spread out this time so we can hear better? Remember, they was all on top of all on top of each other last time we couldn't hear, so we got them spread out this time.
They are spread out this
Good
time.
job.
So they're in different rooms. So you can close the door, they can talk, and so on, and all the agenda will be there. And then there's food coming in. They got pizza coming in, and then at 4 o'clock there's a huge party. So one of the things that Andy does here is every Friday, our corporate team goes outside for 30 minutes, and Andy sponsors a party where we just play music and have something to eat, something to drink, have a good time.
My mama comes over here for entertainment.
Yep. And Laverne comes over. She's our special guest, and she'll hang out with us and tell us jokes. And Laverne
I am not responsible for those jokes.
No, you are not. Well, she don't tell me. She says she only gives me preacher jokes.
Oh.
Yeah, I get the clean ones. So there's only like 2. And then she tells the rest of them, everybody else and stuff. But them 2 are funny every time. And so every Friday I have a party. Well, this week they moved it. The party's on Thursday, so you can attend as well. And so we'll have on cornhole. I bought spike ball. I bought a couple of those.
I've seen that on the beach.
Yeah, So we'll have those. We've got frisbees, kickball. There'll be refreshments out there as well, music and a good time, and then that leads right into registration. So there'll be a lot going on. Oh, there's massages too.
Oh,
the carriers bought massages. There's 2 masseuses coming in, and the carriers have vouchers, and so they're giving out vouchers for free massages to the agents. And Will Coatney paid for 20 massages, stuff like that. So that'll all be going on. And meeting everybody.
Meet everybody, network like crazy.
Last time you won the pool tournament, didn't you?
No, I came in second. I got beat. I can't remember who it was beat. Somebody beat me. So this is my vanilla ice look. That's the way he wears it, like that right there. I like on his knuckles. He's got wide open. I'm gonna try to get him to put in 24/7. Maybe put it down on the little parts of his fingers. I think he'll like that. I just hate it when people get cynical and tired and old and not enthusiastic and not optimistic about the future. Today is just a day. Tomorrow is going to be better. Next 10 years of my life is going to be better than the last 10 years of my life. Next 10 years of the Alliance is going to be better. I'm going to make more money, have more fun, make more friends. I guarantee you. 100%. I'm a believer. I love y'all. I can't wait to see you. It's going to be intense. Agency managers, Thursday night, we're going to have a dinner, and Jane is all prepared to talk to you. It's going to be a great time. Can't wait to see y'all. Jared, can't wait to see you. Ivy, can't wait to see you. Gina, thank y'all for participating. Love y'all. Y'all have a great day.
Woohoo!